Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you've had a beautiful day. You have rested and you're ready for me. So, what are we talking about? We're talking about history. We're talking about current events. We're talking about business, money flow, economic cycles. So, welcome. If you've never been to my live stream before, I have a lot of unique opinions as far as what's happening in regards to the direction in which money is flowing. And I like to basically challenge your way of thinking, challenge how you see things so that you can make more decisive, timely decisions in regards to your prosperity, economic money flow. Now, I have to admit, I have some intense insights and I have some intense opinions. So I do want to prepare you. So welcome everyone. Now I have talking points. My talking points are planned by my moderator. My moderator sitting right here to my left-hand side. So I have a focused agenda. Please keep your preferences out of my live stream. Your religious, your political, your racial, your gender, whatever other preferences you have, please keep it out of my live stream because I want this to be respectful. I want it to be objective and I want it solely focused on money. All right. Now, if you're ready for me, without further ado, the only thing I need for you to do is to tap the screen. Okay. Show me that you're here. Vibe with me, engage with me, and let's get started. All right. Tap, 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 tap. This is a live stream and I need to know that you're with me and I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. So what are we starting with here? We're starting with today with a hacker who breached the communication app of Trump's Aide. Now, if you listened to me yesterday, I was talking about the risk of governments getting hacked. And I was specifically talking about governments getting hacked in the Middle East. So the fact that I'm talking about this now, it's a little bit ironic. How many people are here?
60.
I got 60 people. The fact that I'm talking about this is a little weird for me because I've been warning about the risk of getting hacked. And here we go without further ado. So please tap the screen. Thank you for joining me. Now, the hacker who breached the communication app used by Trump Aide, this person stole data from across the U.S. government. So this just wasn't a simple knock, knock, knock on the door. This was a hack that basically peanut butter spread across the U.S. government. Now, on one level, you think, what's the big deal? But on the other level, I'm thinking it is a big deal. The reason why it's a big deal to me is the fact that the U.S. government was able to be hacked. That in itself is a very profound thing because the U.S. government has contracts with companies like Oracle and different other prestigious tech firms that's supposed to be securing us. So the fact that the U.S. government is able to get hacked, it's astounding to me. Now, guys, if you're here, welcome. Okay, I know you've had a long day. I know you're in various parts of the world, but let me tell you how my live stream works. There's no live stream without you. Okay, I prepare for this live. I prepare for you, and what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you're here, tap the screen. Okay, let's vibe, let's engage, let's stimulate each other's mind, and let's make your day a much better day. But I can't be live if you're not live with me. So please tap that screen, follow me, show me your excitement, show me your heat, show me you're here, because the more excited you get, the more excited I get, and we feed off each other's energy. You understand? Please tap that screen. This is not that difficult. And if you don't want to tap, let me tell you what you can do. You can go to sleep or you can scroll. Otherwise, please tap the screen. It defeats the purpose of me being live. All right? Are you with me? Are you with me? How many people are here? Are you going to be with me? Come on now. Huh? I got 300 people here. Let's go. I'm ready for you. I need you to be ready for me. I'm live. Okay? We're alive. We are together. You and I, we're together. Let's connect. Okay? Connect with me. Come to me. Connect with me. Okay? Now, the U.S. government is in the Middle East selling NVIDIA's chips to create AI hubs in Saudi Arabia, UAE, and whatever other country. The U.S. government is getting hacked. So can anyone explain to me how the U.S. is going to safely, securely build an AI hub and some of the great countries in the Middle East if we can't protect our own data. This is real talk. You see, I'm about practicality. I'm about practicality. If it doesn't make sense, it's not going to make money. So you got a communication aid that got hacked. You got Trump's travel plans and a number of other information that's been leaked. Now, let me tell you who told. The U.S. government didn't tell. The hacker told. Did you hear me? The U.S. government didn't come out fully saying this is the information that the hacker got. The hacker told on him or herself. Now that makes me go, there's a sense of integrity here, honesty, and I see it's missing. I'm going to repeat. The hacker basically told on him or herself as far as what they got from the hack of the U.S. government. So you got the U.S. government dealing with a lot of leaked information across a multitude of government agencies. And then you have the U.S. who's in the Middle East parading their technology. Where are you at? I'm just getting started. I am like 8 minutes into my live. Guys, come on now. I know you had a hard day. Support my live. I know you had a hard day. I'm going to make it even better. Welcome to my live. I know you had a hard day, but if you're scrolling on TikTok, okay, you found my live. You found me, all right? Consider it fate. It was fate for you and I to come together right now. If fate brought us together, I need you to tap. I need you to follow me. I need you to show your support. You and I both know. You and I both know. You want some heat. You want some fire. You want some excitement. I got that for you. But I can't give it to you unless you're receptive. So let's do this, okay? Are you with me? Let's go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's get this started, all right? Let's get this started. The U.S. is parading around our technology, all right? Our defense technology, our AI technology, our cybersecurity technology, our chip technology, and we got hacked. All right. Now you guys are thinking BFD, but it is a BFD because if a hacker can get into a communication app that's used by our government, and our government wants to manage, own, and control AI hubs that are in other regions of the world and on other sovereign nations' land. And I'm looking at these other nations saying, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes, pump your brakes, because if the U.S. is getting hacked, what do you think is going to happen to you? You see, if I'm going to let somebody build something on my land, if I'm going to let someone build something in my house, you got to be the best. You got to be the best. Your technology needs to be up to par. If a hacker from who knows where is able to get the flight plans of our great beloved president, why in the hell would I let you in my house to secure my house? Let's think this through. Digital technologies, AI, that information can expand beyond anything that's electronic, okay? A hacker can get access to. You are relying on another country to provide you the technology, to provide you the expertise, to provide you the people to build this AI hub. And they just got hacked. The travel plans of the president, names of the Secret Service, and the list goes on, and that has been plastered on the web. And you're going to invest in the technology of a company and or nation that cannot safeguard itself. Now, here's the thing. If you got money to throw away, if you got money you want to throw away, make it rain on me. Make it rain on me. I'm a high-priced mouth. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, or whoever, you got money you want to throw away. You're investing in the U.S. Why don't you invest in me? I could safeguard your assets and your interests much better than what you're doing because you're playing with money. And when it comes to money, I don't play. You are spending money on technology that cannot safeguard the great nation of the United States of America. What you doing? Where y'all at? Come on now. Come on now. You got to tap. I don't play. Welcome to my live. You're going to survive my live. You got about 50 to 60 minutes more of me. Welcome to my live, guys. Follow me. Support me. What we doing? What are we doing? How many people are here? 350. I got 350. What are we doing? Read my lips. Read my lips. Tap that screen. Follow me. Read my lips. I'm intense. I told you, if you're here, I'm going to bring you out. I'm going to bring you out your shell. Come on now. Come on now, guys. I need you to wake the hell up. I need you to wake the hell up. There's no way you're here and you're gonna be on sleep mode. No sleep mode. Get off airplane mode. Come back to me. Tap that screen. Follow me. Support me. Welcome. I need you woke. I need you awake. This is serious. We're talking about money. Okay? We are moving into an age, a digital age that is technologically, it's unbelievable where we're moving with quantum computing, AI, and cyber. We're moving into a new realm. And I'm sitting here looking at this, thinking, we're putting the cart before the horse. We are running for AI. And AI, we're not ready for AI. I'm going to repeat. You have these brilliant minds who are developing AI. And as human beings, most of us, we're lagging behind. Corporate America, they are not ready for the positive and the negatives that come with this digital revolution that we're having. Because if they were ready, how do you explain the OCC getting hacked? How do you explain Coinbase getting hacked? How do you explain Oracle getting hacked? How do you explain the quantity of companies are getting hacked, yet they're telling us AI? We're ready for AI. AI is great. We're not ready for AI. We're not ready for AI, because if we were ready for AI, we would have our shit straight. You cannot have a digital hub, a digital network without having the security, without having the foresight, without having the strategy. We're moving faster. AI is moving faster than us. Okay, we're making these grand gestures. We're promising things that we're not ready for. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the technology. We don't have the support. We don't have the security. Yet we're going around offering AI and NVIDIA's chips. Where is the security to protect critical information, whether it be for national security reasons or even just money? Money. Everyone's excited to move over to cryptocurrency. Everyone's excited to put their money into cryptocurrency. I keep saying this. You want to be stolen from. If Oracle can't protect, the U.S. government can't protect, you just put your money into cryptocurrency and you want to know, poof, magically it's gone. Poof, it's gone. Hackers are playing with the world like it's like kids in the candy store. These hackers, whoever they are, they're having a grand old time. They got their feet up on the desk, okay? They're sitting there munching on their snacks, and they're just biding their time because they know we are moving fast and we don't have the security to do what's necessary to secure vital information, currency information they already know. The sad thing is that government companies are not being honest with us. They're getting hacked. They're waiting 4 to 6 weeks to tell us the truth. And then by that time, we've moved on to the next current event natural disaster. Come on now, guys. Tap that screen. Come on now. If you are here, I need you to understand something. This is a promotional live stream. I want to be clear. This live is promotional. It's for me. You understand? It's me. The live is me. I am promoting me. I am promoting my mind. I am promoting my mouth. And I am sharing that with you. And I'm asking for you to tap the screen. I am asking you to follow me. And I'm also asking you to go to the link in my profile and support my show. I am asking you to become a monthly patron to support this mouth. Okay. Now, what happens when you support this mouth is you get to ask me anything. Thank you, Brian. You get to ask me anything. You can ask me anything. and I will lay you the hell out. I want to be clear. I'm very much intellectual and I'm very much a conversationalist, and I can have a conversation about anything and I will surprise you. Okay. I will jolt you. So if you're interested in meeting me at my level, okay, I'm real. If you can meet me that way, I will rock your world, and I'm a better ROI than what you're getting with all this other bullshit. You understand? So again, tap that screen, follow me, check out the link in my profile, and become a monthly sponsor of this mouth. Hi, King. Welcome. Welcome, King. Welcome back. Welcome back. That's what I'm asking. I will give you a better ROI than you can ever imagine. I want you to sit with that, digest that. You become a member, monthly sponsor. You get access to me. I am the prize. Okay? That's me. You get me. There's no special content. You get me. I'm the best prize you can ever have. Now let's get back on topic. Some of these messages revealed Trump's travel plans, Trump's official travel plans. Okay? It included the Secret Service. It included U.S. diplomatic staff. It included customs officials and disaster responders. Look at what it included. Disaster responders, Secret Service, custom officials. Now, if I was a hacker with this information, if I was an evil hacker, okay, if I was an evil hacker and I had access to this information, do you not, hi coach, do you not see the potential of chaos that could be caused by having this information? I'm going to repeat. Trump's travel plans, the Secret Service, a list of the Secret Service, U.S. diplomatic staff, custom officials, importing and exporting, and disaster responders. This is called hot, drippy shit. Hot, drippy shit. I think the hackers got more information than this. They said that the information, it was basically fragmented. Okay, it was fragmented, but it was enough information to be able to tell who and when. Who and when. If the hacker was smart enough, they can piece together what and why. You understand? The hacker got who and when. And they could tell what agency that the person was tied to. So if you have who and when, and you know the agency, you can piece together the what, the how, and the why. This is called digital espionage. Okay, you guys are used to your spy movies. You know, your spy movies back in the day where you have people who are, you know, undercover and all the. This is digital espionage. I'm gonna repeat. This is digital espionage because these hackers, they're not just posting it on the web. Some of these hackers are actually blackmailing. They're blackmailing some of these companies. Now, I don't know what kind of stick pics that Oracle has leaked or whatever's happening at the OCC, but I'm telling you, these hackers are blackmailing these companies. I'm telling you, this is the digital modern version of spying and espionage. So when you hear me squawking like a chicken, you hear me squawking like a chicken, and I'm talking to Saudi Arabia and I'm talking to the UAE about, hold on, you're letting someone else come into your country, okay? Build your AI hub. Your AI hub is attached to your government information, and you're letting that information be beamed, sent back to the U.S. Do you not want to really think this through? Do you want to think this through? And I'm talking to every nation. How do you hire a company like Oracle to set up, thank you, Glorious, to set up your AI hub? And Oracle has gotten hacked about 2 to 3 times. Why would you trust someone who is not the best of the best? You see, I believe actions speak louder than words. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the results. And if you can't protect your own customer data, there's no way in hell. No way in hell. In your worst nightmare, I will let you get close to anything tied to my country, my data, my citizens, or even me as a royal. And I'm royal. Do you understand? I'm royal in my own world. in my own metaverse. I am a goddess. And there's no way I would let Oracle get close to me because you've already fucked it up. Did you hear me? When you mess up once, you don't get another chance with me. So if you already proven that your technology, your human expertise is not up to par, there's no way I would let you come in. Now, guys, you're asleep again. What's going on? What is it? Hi, King Daniel. What's going on? Did you have a hard day? Did you have a long, hard, boring day? Did you have a hard day? If you had a hard day, tap that screen. If you had a boring day, tap that screen. If you are sick of your days and how they go, I want you to tap that screen because I want to bring a smile to your face. Thank you, King. I want to bring a smile to your face. You got to let me do it, though. You got to let me do it. Let me bring that heat back to you, okay? Let's get back to it. Because when you think clearly, thank you, King, when you think clearly, you see things clearly, you feel different. Let me bring that heat back to you, all right? I'm going to jolt you back to life, okay? Follow me. Follow me, guys. I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. Hi, Glide Man. Welcome to my live. I'm bad, but I'm not that bad, okay? I need you to stay with me. It's not going to be that bad. You can make it through my live stream, okay? Follow me. Tap that screen. I'm sitting at 8.8K. No. Thank you, Glide Man. No. I'm sitting at 8.8K, guys. Come on now. You can do this for me. I get ready for you. I get amped for you. There's no way I'm sitting at, come on now. Bring it to me. Okay? Bring it to me. Now, originally, the hack was only supposed to be reported about the National Security Advisor. Tap on. It was supposed to be about the National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz. But listen, and it was about the interception of the Yemen raids. Listen, guys, there's something more going on here, okay? There's something more going on here, and the whole picture is not being released. This gentleman, Mike Waltz, basically got fired as a National Security Advisor. He got fired as a National Security Advisor, and then he got rehired for the UN. I'm going to repeat. The man who was basically the scapegoat. He was a scapegoat for what happened here. This man, Mike Waltz, got fired by Trump as National Security Advisor, and then he reappeared as being an ambassador for the UN on behalf of the US. How do you fuck up at a job for the United States of America in regards to our national security? How do you F that up and then get rehired? Now, I know people in the US who have done less at an employer and you can't get rehired again. Can someone explain to me how one man who added a journalist on a communication thread that exposed diplomatic secrets information, sensitive information, how do you get fired and then get rehired when some people can't even afford to pay for eggs and bacon in the United States of America? That's how you know something doesn't make sense. That's how I also know the full story hasn't been released. Because if the full story would have been released, a man like Mike Waltz, a man like Mike Waltz would not have ended up back in the job. I think Mike Waltz ended back up in the job because he knows some information. And if they didn't hire his ass again, he was going to put it on blast. I'm going to repeat. There's no way you jeopardize national security by accidentally including a journalist. I don't know how you do that. You get fired, and then you turn up with a new job representing the U.S. in regards to the UN. You and I both know that man must know something. He must have access to something. Because if he was a normal human being who just messed up his job, thank you, Glorious. If he was a normal human being, thank you for the gift, who messed up his job, you know he would be in the unemployment line. I'm telling you, eyeball to eyeball, Mike Waltz has some info, some tea, some hot tea in his back pocket, and he leveraged that information so that he is not standing in the unemployment line with the rest of y'all. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? See, why am I talking about this? Hi, Keith. Why am I talking about this? I tell you that money comes in all different ways, shapes, and forms. Money comes in currency. Money comes in strategic locations. Money comes in information. And when you have core hard information, you can basically safeguard your prosperity. You know I make sense. If you know I make sense, logical sense, I want you to tap the screen. This man jeopardized national security, secretive information by accidentally putting a journalist on a thread. He was the scapegoat. And instead of him going off into the private sector, he magically gets rehired by Trump, representing the U.S. in the UN. That man got information. You know it and I know it. And information is power, information is money, information is influence. That's why certain people deal in information. That's why certain people have files of information. Because when you have information, when your behind gets in a pickle, or a pickle gets your behind, when your behind gets in a pickle, or a pickle gets your behind. My moderator's looking at me. When your behind gets in a pickle or a pickle gets your behind, what that means is you gotta go right back into your file cabinet, okay? This is not digital, baby. You go back into the old file cabinet and you start pulling out papers, okay? When all else fails, and if you find yourself in the unemployment line, you don't go into your cloud. You go into that file cabinet that you've been stockpiling information, and then you show up with a folder and go, bam. Don't you think you want to hire me again? And you say, huh? You just messed up, Mike. What is his name? Mike or Mark? Mike, you just messed up, Mike. Mike, get on the bike. That's what you say. Mike, get on the bike. And Mike said, no, I'm not getting on the bike. I want you to look at this folder. I want you to look at these pictures. And he was like, what? And he goes like, yeah. Mike said, look at that folder. You open up that phone and said, Mike, you are rehired again. I will put you with the UN, and you will represent the U.S. You will be an ambassador for the U.S. for the UN. You've been hired again, Mike. Congratulations. This is how you do. This is how you stay employed. Hackers. This is how you stay employed. Tap that screen. Guys, where you go? How many people are here? 200. I got 200 people here. You can do this, guys. Come on now. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. I'm telling you, no one makes a mistake like this, ends up fired, and then getting rehired because you can't trust him. Part of being when you're in the government and you're in a high ranking role, there's a certain level of care, due diligence that you must take, and every day, every step of the way of your job. If you make a mistake like this, that means I can't trust you. That means I can't trust you to do the job, and you definitely can't be a part of my administration. So if Trump is willing to hire this gentleman again, I guess he thinks being an ambassador for the UN is a low risk type of job. But as far as I'm concerned, the man is risky business, and I would not have hired him again unless he had some information. So where do we go from here, guys? Okay, where do we go? The Black Web has information about who is Secret Service. They have information about custom officials. They have information about U.S. diplomatic staff. They have some details. They have phone numbers. They have some contact information. Now, what someone can do with that information, I guess it's endless. It depends on what your goals are, what your point is. But what I'm telling you is that this hacker put that information out there because the U.S. government did not tell us. Did you hear me? If you heard me, tap the screen. The hacker told on him or herself because we were not told the truth about what really had happened. And the hacker wanted everyone to know, I got your ass. US government's not that secure. And the U.S. government's not that secure. I'm going to repeat. The hacker put all this on blast. The U.S. government did not come up to the podium and say, yeah, by the way, Secret Service, U.S. diplomatic staff, custom officials, and disaster responders, you just got put on blast. Now, one King Daniel, that's probably going to get you muted, my friend. One King Daniel, let me tell you something about my live. My live is not for self-promotion unless it's for me. So even though I love you, One King Daniel, okay, and your shirtless emote, your shirtless profile picture, One King Daniel, you have a shirtless profile picture. I appreciate the money gun you gave me yesterday, but you can't use my platform to promote yourself. I don't play that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put on a shirt, you're going to sit down, you're going to behave, and you're going to tap that screen. Okay, Daniel, you hear me? Put on a shirt, cool off, tap that screen and follow me. You cannot be doing that in my live, all right? You can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Do y'all understand me? All right. What time is it? 11:30. You ready for me? Tap that screen. How many people are here? 2? 2:30. I got 2:30. Come on. Hello, Palo Alto. Okay. You cannot do self-promotion. The only person promoting is here. It's me. Now, since we're talking about that, thank you, Daniel. Please follow me. Please tap that screen. And please go to the link in my profile and consider becoming a monthly patron of my live stream. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. You can ask me anything, and I can guarantee you I will give you insightful information that will be a wonderful ROI, whether it's personally, professionally, or business-wise. You won't regret it. Consider going to the link in my profile, becoming a monthly patron. Sponsor this mouth. It's solid gold. My mouth is solid gold. You won't regret it. Now, Trump unveils a plan for a golden dome, okay? It's a massive defense system. Now, you may have heard of an Iron Dome. An Iron Dome. An Iron Dome is what Israel has, or Israel calls their defense system, their defense strategy. Trump has come up with something called a golden dome. Now, why it's gold? You might want to ask R. Kelly, but I'm just telling you. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to wake y'all up, okay? I'm trying to wake y'all up, okay? Come with me now. There's a bit of humor in here. I'm going to repeat this joke. Israel has an Iron Dome. That is their security defense system. Trump wants a golden dome for the U.S., and I believe he's consulting with R. Kelly. Are you with me? Tap that screen. Come on. This is some intellectual humor. Yes, guys, I need you to wake up. Come on now. Come on. Where are you? Did I offend your sensibilities? Come on now. Okay? Did I offend your sensibilities? Welcome to my live. Welcome to my live, guys. And if you can't figure out that joke, you're going to have to Google it on your own time. But while you're Googling it, go to my profile, go to that link. Go to that link, okay? Sponsor this mouth, okay? Sponsor this mouth. Now back on topic. Trump wants a golden dome. Oh, gosh. Trump wants a golden dome. Trump has hit the Department of Health and Human Services, the Department of Justice, he's hit social, he has cut, hello, Palo Alto. He has hit so many departments within the government. I'm looking at this man like he is a thieving orange squirrel. Did you hear me? It's like a flying squirrel. Did you ever see an orange flying squirrel? Has anyone seen a flying squirrel? Huh? Has anyone seen a squirrel fly? Did you know if squirrels can fly? They fly. Now imagine a orange colored flying squirrel, okay, coming at you. This man has lost it. He has laid off millions of civilian workers. We have a debt rating that we have, our credit rating has been downgraded. Our debt has gone further than Pluto. Our GDP is flat. And he has magically announced a P. Diddy, R. Kelly golden dome. And that's going to be used for the security system of the U.S. Now, I just told you the communication app, a communication app that's used by the U.S. government, has been hacked. Now he is peddling a golden dome. Magically, he's promoting it when China has announced their mothership. What is it, the mothership? A drone mothership. China has announced a drone mothership. Now, this drone mothership is supposed to release a whole bunch of drones in the sky. So now that China is flexing, Trump has come back talking about his golden dome at a time where OCC's been hacked. The communication app for the National Security Advisor has been hacked. Why would we use our tax dollars to pay for his liquid golden dome?
Stop that.
Now, my moderator told me to stop it. I will stop it if you guys come back to me and tap that screen. If you want me to behave, I need you to tap that screen and show me that you are still awake with me. Come on now. Come on now. If you're still with me, if you want me to behave, if you want me to behave or misbehave, tap that screen, all right? It doesn't matter at this point. I'm telling you the number doesn't make sense. You have a lot of workers who have, what was hacked? J dollars, you can't do that, Jay. Jay, if you're late, let me tell you what you do. You just pretend that you've been here the whole time, because I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go back to bring you up. If you're late to my live stream, the best thing you can do is sit here and catch up and not be late next time. Welcome to my live, J Dollars. Welcome to my live, okay? Now, you have some 2 million plus people who have been laid off. You've had governments slashed. You've had government departments slashed. And magically, all of a sudden, we have the money for a golden dome at a time where we can't pay back our debt and our credit rating has been dropped. I'm looking at this situation like, this doesn't make sense, because Israel's golden dome is about 400 times smaller. Israel's Iron Dome is 400 times smaller than what Trump is trying to create. He's projecting that this golden dome is going to cost about 175 billion. That's a lie. That doesn't make any sense. You want a defense system. Land, air, sea, undersea, space. He wants a defense system that is interconnected. And he's saying it costs 175 billion. I got to call a scam. I got to call a scheme. I got to call a hustle. I got to call a hustle. The hustle's real. Israel's Iron Dome is 400 times smaller than what Trump is suggesting. He's saying this is going to cost 175 billion. It's going to cost 175 billion just to send the email to Congress and Senate to get it approved. That's how much. That's just for an email. So when I'm telling you this is a pipe dream, aren't they? They are a smaller country. That's my point. They are a smaller country. What Trump is trying to do requires a lot more money, a lot more capital. If the U.S. government can't afford a golden dome defense system, how are we going to pay for it? Is the money coming from the Middle East? Is that what Saudi Arabia is investing in? Is that what the UAE is investing in? Because if they're paying for our defense, is it our defense? I'm going to repeat. Who's going to pay for this golden dome? The U.S. government does not have the funds, right? Because if they had the funds, a lot more people would still be on the job. Not to. I don't know who's doing cheap talk. Are you saying I'm talking cheap? You talking cheap? Who's talking cheap? Huh? Elon Musk. Quentin, you think Elon's going to pay for this? Interesting. I don't see why he would pay for that. I don't see why Elon Musk would pay for that. That's a lot of money to come out of his pocket for what? He's not getting any gratitude. Elon Musk is not winning any popularity contest, so I don't know why he would pay for that. I don't know why he would pay for that. The point I'm making is, I see the fact that Trump is promoting this at a time that China is flexing its critical rare minerals and resources. You see, China is launching its mother drone ship, showing, look what I got. I got the minerals, I got the resources to build technology. What you're doing. So I think Trump said, oh no, you're not gonna outdo me. They're doing chest bumps, okay? They're doing country to country chest bumps in the hallway. And then Trump basically said, no, we're gonna have a golden dome. You got your mother drone ship, and we're gonna have a golden dome. How do we build a golden dome when China has an export ban on the minerals and resources that we need? So are we using the stockpile for NVIDIA? Are we using the stockpile to help build AI in Saudi Arabia and UAE? Where is this coming from? I'm telling you, these people are writing checks that they can't cash. They're making promises that they can't deliver on. How do you expect to overhaul the U.S.'s defense? How do you expect to overhaul the U.S. defense on a budget of $175 billion? If that makes sense, tap that screen. If anyone can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, please tap that screen. Follow me, show me that you're here. All right? Where are you? Come back. I'm almost done. You can make it these last 18 minutes. Tap that screen. $175 billion. That's how much it costs to send one email out to Congress. How is Trump going to create a golden dome that's 400 times bigger than what Israel is using on a budget like that? It's not possible. Where is the money going to come from? How many more people are going to lose their jobs? How many more government agencies are going to be cut or disappear to fund this project? And then let's say, let's say he does come up with the money. I'm now looking at security. Are you going to use Oracle? Are you going to use Oracle to help you set up this network? This missile, this warplane, submarine ship. Who are you going to use to set this up? Because your A team is looking like the F team. Did you hear me? His A team is not, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Who's going to make this possible? If a hacker can get into the OCC and a month or two later, hack into the communication system, that's being used by the National Security Advisor, I think we're being sold some ice. I think we're being played. I think we're being played. I think this is a redirection of funds. I think this is a distraction. I think this is a bunch of hot air. I think it's a grand idea, and he wants to accomplish this within 3 years. He wants this done before he leaves office. Where's the debt being paid off? If the debt's being paid off, you cannot do basically a remodel. You can't do a remodeling of the U.S. defense. If we are supposed to be paying off our debt, getting our GDP right, how are we going to pay for basically a overhaul, a remodeling of the U.S. defense? That doesn't make sense. That's restructuring. That is reorganization. That's a lot of money. And as far as I know, the government moves very slow. The government is very slow. Very slow. It's slower than a slug. So how is it that he's going to get this done in 3 years off of a budget of $175 billion when I just told you it costs $175 billion for President Trump to send one email to Congress and the Senate? Who's telling the truth? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 guys. How many people are here?
200.
I got 200. What are we doing? Huh? What are we doing? Stop scratching and sniffing and follow me. Do you hear me? Stop scratching. Stop scratching. Stop sniffing. I need you to tap that screen and follow me. Okay? I'm live. You're live. We're live. We are engaging. That's what this live stream is about. We are people, one-to-one people, one-to-many ones. We are engaging. Okay? We are intelligent species. We can listen, we can be in shock, and we can tap that screen and follow me at the same time. Okay? I'm telling you, from a practicality, from a budgeting standpoint, this story doesn't make sense unless there's another government, a few other governments funding this project. Did you hear me? Unless there's some other governments funding this project, what the content about? Lion, the content is about you getting blocked. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, humble lion. You just got blocked. Okay? I'm telling you, are other governments going to fund this golden dome? And does that make sense for an outside government to fund the security of the United States of America? Now, I think it's a grand security. I think it's a futuristic vision of being able to have a central core hub that you can deploy from air, from submarines, from land, and you can have it all coordinated. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the birthday cake. I think it's a brilliant plan. I think it's a brilliant plan. But I don't think you can do it in 3 years. And I know you can't do it off 175 billion. You can't even, President Trump is not even patient enough to wait for Boeing to finish his presidential jet. I'm going to repeat. President Trump is flying around in a Boeing plane that came from Qatar that does not have the security requirements that is needed for the President of the United States of America. So if you're relying on companies like Oracle and Boeing, and the list goes on, to help you with this golden dome, you and I both know you have more faith from your friends in the Middle East than you do with corporate America or corporate business units here in the United States. I'm going to repeat that because I think you heard me, but I want to make sure you hear me. Trump has no faith in Boeing delivering his presidential jet. Trump would rather be in a jet from Qatar that has no real security measures than to wait for Boeing to deliver. Oracle has gotten hacked. So who exactly? And NVIDIA was being investigated by the government for engaging in relations with China that was questionable. So which company is Trump going to use to help put this golden dome into place? And who is going to pay for it? Now, I have a suspicion. It starts with a U, and it starts with an S, and it starts with a Q, but I could be wrong. I'm just saying, something doesn't make sense. Something completely doesn't make sense. Okay? Now, Israel's Iron Dome is for a country that is much, much smaller. Okay? That's why they can coordinate it with unbelievable timeliness and precision. For the United States, that has an unbelievable landmass, to do something like this, it would require a security system and a digital system that is beyond anything that I'm aware that exists. And if it does exist, I want to know why it wasn't used on the communication app that was just hacked not too long ago. That's the question I would ask. Okay? Now, next. This technology would deploy and coordinate from land, sea, air, and space. Yes, in space. And it's an executive order. This executive order was signed in January. Okay? And now that China is flexing, China is flexing its mother drone chip, Trump is back on his horse talking about his golden dome. Now, if you want to talk about, I don't know if you want to call it, thank you for the gift, if you want to call it an inadequacy complex, or I don't know what you want to call it. You cannot do a golden dome until you figure out how you're going to pay for our debt. You can't do a golden dome when you haven't completed over 100 trade tariff negotiations that you've started. This sounds like someone who's starting some things but not completing them. He's completing projects that benefits the Trump family. He's completing things that serves his agenda. But things that he's talking about, the time doesn't match. To overhaul the U.S. defense mechanism system strategy, it requires a lot of interconnectedness. It requires a lot of meetings. It requires a lot more. So unless he plans on firing everyone and getting humanoid robots from Elon Musk to do the job, I'm telling you, this sounds like someone's trying to get $175 billion to do whatever they want with. That's what I think. I think someone's trying to get 175 billion to do whatever they want with. Because we can't be selling missiles to Turkey, offering weapons to offering weapons to in the Congo, offering weapons to Saudi Arabia. We're doing a lot. But is it translating to paying off our debt? Is it translating to getting our GDP growing? Is it translating to bringing inflation down? I have a very high vision and I can typically see things. And right now I see a picture that is not connected. I don't see connections. I don't see connections. The biggest thing we have to deal with right now is our national debt. Our debt crisis is a problem. And even though he's cutting expenses, it's like he's kind of given up on cutting that debt. And now he's just moving forward to doing other things because the debt is something that he cannot pull back and rein in. And when Moody's just lowered our credit rating, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for us to bring the debt down. We need more money. We need to generate more money. And solely relying on foreign investment is not going to do it. We need businesses. We need more people creating. We need to be able to trade. Thank you, Mimi. If there's a restriction on trade and there are breached relationships or strained relationships, it's going to make it really, really difficult. So what I'm asking you guys to all ponder is a golden dome sounds wonderful, but what is going to be the cost of that golden dome? Is he going to get rid of the Department of Justice? Is he going to get rid of the FBI, CIA? What is he going to get rid of to be able to pay for this golden dome? I'm going to repeat this again. To truly pay for this golden dome, is he going to have to get rid of the FBI, the CIA? Is he going to restructure it? How do you do it? That's how I would do it. If I was serious about the golden dome, I would start deconstructing, cutting those departments, and redirecting the funds to my Golden Dome project. Tell me what y'all think about it. Tap that screen because I would love to get past 30,000 likes within the next 6 minutes. If you're here, you're with me, let me know. How else do you pay for it? Are you going to take foreign investment for U.S. security? Where are you going to do? Are you going to tie our Golden Dome to the AI hubs that are being set up in Saudi Arabia and the AI hubs being set up in UAE? What is really going on here? That's what I'm trying to get a pulse on. What is truly the objective? Is the objective to bring back jobs? Is the objective to bring back growth? What is the objective? Because a lot of countries are focusing on defense. They're forgetting about their currency crisis. They're forgetting about inflation. They're worried about defense. What are you defending yourself against? Now, I believe that when countries can't seem to pull their shit together, they like to go play with toys. You go back in history. Anytime there's a real economic crisis that is difficult to manage and difficult to rein in, what do? They go and find some money. They put their pennies and peanuts together and they start putting money into weapons and defense. It happens time and time again. And you know what they start doing? They start flexing. Either they try to go to the moon. They start fighting over who gets to the moon first and who can make it back in one piece, or they start flexing their weapons. That is typically what happens instead of fixing the real problem. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree with me? Let's go back in history. When they don't want to deal with the real problems, they start redirecting your attention over to these grand security, weapons, and all these other deals instead of addressing what's happening. They also start to concoct this narrative of having some secret enemy, an enemy in which we need this Golden Dome to keep them from having to address unemployment, inflation, and debt. If you see what I see, please tap that screen. Please tap that screen. Thank you, Mimi. This is real talk. This is real talk. So I'm thinking Trump is running up against a brick wall and Trump is getting tired. Trump also, seems to understand that this debt is not going to be as easy as he thought. So what do? You start flexing on your golden dome. All right, guys. What time is it now? I got 4 minutes. So listen, you've made it through my live. Congratulations. 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 What I want you guys to take from this is as follows, okay? There are a number of distractions and there's a lot of noise that happens. I like to call it chaos. A lot of chaos and dust likes to get kicked up. And when there's so much dust and chaos that's happening as far as who's fighting, who's an enemy, who's our ally, who's investing, it actually makes it difficult for a normal person to say what is truly going on. I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to cut to it. I don't think that Trump believes anymore that he's going to be able to rein in the debt of the U.S. government how he originally planned or promised. I got a puzzle. Here's my puzzle. Here's a puzzle. Perfect. I also believe that President Trump is now starting to realize the significance and the interconnectedness that the U.S. and China has. And I don't think he likes it. So what I believe the Trump administration is doing is Trump is cultivating relationships in the Middle East to redirect or not have to deal with reality. And the reality is that China has something we need on a few different levels. And the sooner that China and the U.S. sits down and starts getting down to business, the better off we all will be. Now you have to understand, when you have a bull that comes into a China shop, and that bull has caused a lot of destruction, how do you save face? When you came out too hard, too strong, and you stepped on people the wrong way, it's very difficult for someone with a big personality to say, you know what, maybe I did this wrong. Maybe I approached this wrong. So what is Trump doing? Trump is negotiating with those who he think is going to add the most benefit, but he's leaving a trail of other 100 plus of other countries. He's leaving them in the wind. He's also going about parading, okay, like he's Beyonce on tour through the Middle East, and he's securing money and deals. But the fact is this, are the core things that matter to you, inflation, a growing GDP, our debt under control, is he addressing those? And from what I can see, I would say the answer is no. Why? Because this problem is a lot more real than we're ready for it to get. To truly bring this debt of the U.S. under control, there's some hard decisions that need to be made. It's no different than your household having a high debt level. If your household has a high debt level and your income, you cannot get it to where it needs to be, you know you have to cut hard. It's a lifestyle change. So to truly get the U.S. debt under control, it would be a lifestyle change for the citizens of the United States. And that would also impact the citizens of other people around the world. So what I'm essentially trying to summarize for you is that, one, I think Trump is getting a reality check on our debt. Two, I'm questioning our security as far as AI, digital technologies. I think we need to focus on that. Three, I think you guys need to follow the money. Real talk. I think you need to follow the money, and I think you need to accept that things are not all what they seem. And last but not least, knowledge is power. Information is power. And when you have information, you can essentially get money. That is how that gentleman, Mike, got a new job. That is how Oracle is being hired to help build an AI hub in the Middle East. For some reason, they don't care about your fuck-ups as long as they can make more money off of you. And I'm going to leave you with this last question. If you know the people that are being hired, the companies that are being hired for our security, for your security, are not top-notch, how secure do you think we really are? I'm going to repeat what I just said. You have some of the best companies in the world proving that they're no longer the best. If they have passed their prime, reached their peak, then basically you have hackers who are more skilled, more savvy, more dynamic, that can tap into our systems, reorg our world on a whim. And these companies and countries are not being honest about the real risk and exposure, and they're not talking about the security measures and what's needed to make sure that we have a dome around our digital security. Okay, if we're moving into a digital age, we need some top-notch digital security. We can't be using has-been old security. We need security that aligns. Thank you, Valiant. We need security that aligns with this new age. And we're not there yet. And we're pushing forward and we're pushing harder. Why? Because AI is going to add 15 trillion plus to the global economy. AI may add that 15 trillion, but the losses that we may potentially suffer will wipe out that revenue and wipe out that profit. And you're going to have a few key people sitting back in their hacker dungeon, laughing all the way to the bank. Because why? They could, they did, and they succeeded. And they will go down in history as far as tapping the ass of many governments, their central bank, their security, and basically parading that information around the world. Why? Because we did not proceed in a very methodical, strategic way to this digital age. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you for the 30,000 likes. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. You have endured me again, and you have made it through. So I want to say congratulations. Please tap the screen for yourself. Please follow me. All right. Please go to the link in my profile. Really heavily consider becoming a sponsor of my mouth. I have a long history of doing all types of advisory roles. So when I tell you I can talk about any and everything, you must understand I can talk about any and everything and give you insight, real insight and impact to benefit you, your life. Or if you're just bored, you're bored. You won't be bored anymore with me. But what I'm asking for you guys is to take the next step. Go to the link in my profile. Become a patron of my live. Become a patron of my mouth. Show your support even more, because my goal is to turn this into an HBO show, and I can't do this without all of you. So thank you again. I love each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful night. I will be back again tomorrow. And congratulations. You survived another one of my live streams. Check out the link. Follow me. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone. Check out that link. You're gonna hear me in your dreams. Check out the link. Check out the link. Check out the link. Check out the link. Subscribe for this mouth. Thank you. Bye.